I request CA Kavita Parmesh, Chairperson of Bangalore branch, to escort today's speaker, CA Vikas Oswal sir, onto the dais and welcome him with a book. Can we have a round of applause? First and foremost is that wishing you all happy CA day. You can also wish each other who are sitting next to each other. So as the theme goes, right? Ata, Uta, Odanata. So let there be Odanata also. So I request CA Kavitar Parmesh to address the gathering with the welcome address.
Thank you, Shripad. Good evening, everyone. So first of all, to all those people who always say it's a formality and with a straight face, while you know that there is stress inside, wishing you all a happy CA day. It's also our unique, I think it's our unique character which we have built as CAs, where irrespective of the stress what we go through, when it is a client or an employee or a peer, we always say, okay, fine, this can be done. So I don't know where we get this strength, but then that's how we are defined as CAs. It is also, those days, this is the community which has relentlessly had allowed all the due dates to go through, pass through, and make it a habit, because every month there is a due date for us, and we always take it up with a smile. So, and always there is a coffee cup which is never empty next to you. These are the qualities which defines a CA. So to all the CAs and to the role models for this society, wishing you a happy CA day. With this, today I welcome each one of you to this seminar, which is, the study circle meeting on Code of Ethics, which is one of the mandatory subjects, and also followed by a series of events just to celebrate and commemorate this 78th CA day. And also this year, the Bangalore branch is entering its 65th year. So we want to commemorate that also today. And that's how the line of activities have been planned for. So I welcome CA Oswal sir, Vikas Oswal sir, for consenting to be here with us. Thank you, sir. Welcome to you. And I hope you will have a long learning as well as an enjoyable day. Good evening to you all. Take care.
Thank you, Chairperson. It is my privilege to introduce today's speaker, CA Vikas Oswal. He's a distinguished chartered accountant, company secretary, and a DISA qualified professional with extensive experience in auditing, corporate law, corporate governance, and information systems. With over 2 decades of professional and academic experience, he has built a strong reputation as a practitioner, author, and a faculty member, combining technical expertise with practical industry insights as well. As an accomplished speaker and trainer, CA Vikas Oswal has delivered numerous technical sessions and orientation programs for professional bodies, government organizations, and leading public and private sector enterprises. His sessions are widely appreciated for their practical approach and focus on emerging developments in auditing, corporate law, governance, and regulatory compliance as well. He has addressed participants at the ICAI, ICSI, Karnataka Power Corporation KPCL, HAL, and many other corporates as well. His unique blend of professional expertise, corporate experience, teaching excellence, and commitment to knowledge sharing makes him a highly respected resource person for executive development programs, government training initiatives, and professional education. With this brief introduction, I present before you today's speaker, CA Vikas Oswal. So before getting into the technical session, sir, it is customary for lighting of the lamp. So I request dignitaries on the dais to please come forward of the dais, and also I request MC members to join us in lighting of the lamp.
कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठे गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता
So now we'll be moving on to the technical session, Code of Ethics. I request CA Vikas Oswal to take over from here.
Very, very good evening to all the members. Happy CA Day to all of you. Today is a very special session for me because my very close friends, Madhav Prasad, Girish are sitting here, and Srinivas sir, a lot of good friends are sitting here. So, qualifying as a CA, as a chartered accountant, is a very big thing because the earth stops for a second and gives you a salute that you're past actually. You skip a second of your life actually. So it's not an easy thing. I was talking to Manju, he was telling that, sir, now also I get dreams of that I failed in the examination. So the impact of CA result and waiting for the result and getting the result, passing, it's a very big thing. But the most difficult thing is to maintain ourselves as a chartered accountant. Because becoming a CA is one thing, yes, it's challenging, but again, to sustain ourselves as a chartered accountant, we have to follow code of ethics. When I say code, my dear members, code means it's a assimilation of various acts, notification and guideline. So we talk about CA Act, we talk about guidelines, Council General Guidelines, notifications, we talk about the first schedule, we talk about the second schedule, we talk about various assurance guidelines. They all make into one bunch of code of ethics. Before 2000, we were calling it as a code of conduct. But later, ICI highlighted that let us use it as a code of ethics, because conduct can be good and bad, but ethics always gives you a positive vibe. So they said we have to use the word code of ethics. Now, as a chartered accountant, when I talk about code of ethics, so yes, of course, we have to comply with the CA Act 1949. NAFRA, from last 1 year, it is silent, but before that, it has been issuing several orders actually, which are stunning various people actually. And when we read the order, actually, we are also surprised that we are getting this kind of order. Take example, in a listed company audit, the working papers are blank working papers are signed by the partner, and he gives this blank working paper. He say, later we'll fill the details. That okay, he has reviewed the working paper. Now, when NAFRA found this, that they had blank working papers, I mean, how can you have such kind of papers actually, and then subsequently you follow? Because, see, when I say audit documentation, SA 230 captures audit procedures, it captures the audit evidence collected, and what is the conclusion we have drawn during the audit. Three things. 50% of complaints, NAFRA is highlighting that your documentation is not proper. So, I always request young members, all members, that please get peer review done. Because peer review is an arm of ICI, which is like a nudging authority. They'll just push you. See, this documentation is not proper. You have not prepared audit program properly. Or your audit planning is not proper. Or who has reviewed this audit documentation. So, peer review is a very soft nudge authority. They don't take any legal action on you. So, in fact, each audit firm should undergo peer review, because a third party, another CA is coming and telling you that whether you have complied with the standards in auditing or not. NAFRA, they asked one audit firm, you submit all your audit documentation. They were supposed to submit 88 working paper files. 88 working paper files were there. They were supposed to submit 88 working paper files. Now, what they found subsequently is that out of 88 working files, almost 68 working files were modified. See, once you complete the audit, within 60 days, you have to archive your working paper. You cannot change your audit documentation. So audit got over in say 2016 or 17, and after 4 or 5 years, NAFRA is asking that you get me your working papers. What standards on auditing states that once the audit is complete, once the audit report is issued, within 60 days you should assemble all the audit documentation, all the working papers, and you are not supposed to make any change. Because again, I repeat, audit documentation captures three things. What procedures you applied, what audit procedures you applied, what is the audit evidence you obtained, and what was the conclusion you have drawn. NAFRA asked the audit firm, you submitted the working paper file out of almost like say 88 working paper files, 68 you have modified, you have changed it. No, sir, we just did formatting. You are telling formatting, but what changes you did? How do we come to know? So NAFRA said, no, you have done some manipulation actually. So now they have become very critical that, okay, whether the code of ethics is being followed or not. You have a blank working papers being signed by a auditor of a listed company. You have people modifying the working paper files. So NAFRA said, what is happening actually? Whenever a listed company audit is done, so the engagement partner, the auditor, should get it reviewed by a engagement quality control reviewer. Means another CA should come and review those working paper files. Especially this is mandatory for a listed company audit. Now, in one listed company audit, the NAFRA asked the EQCR, please submit your working papers actually, what review you have done. Because once the audit is completed, I as an auditor of a listed company, I will go to EQCR and I'll ask them, sir, please review my working papers, please review. and check whether you agree with this actually. So now the EQCR has not prepared any working paper. 136 hours, he said, I have reviewed all the working of these people. But sir, what review you have done? Did you check the procedure? Yes sir, I have checked the procedure. Where is the documentation? When it is not written, it is not performed. So my dear members, SA 230 audit documentation, we have to take it very, very seriously, because what you write in your working papers is reflects that, okay, what work you have done. If that one standard we address, 50% of the issues are sorted out actually. And most of the NAFRA orders are that documentation is not proper. No, sir, we applied the audit procedures. Okay, you applied the audit procedures. Where is the working paper? No, sir, working paper is not there. Working paper is not there, it means that you have not applied the procedure. So with this, code of ethics is something to monitor us, to give us in a right direction, in a right path, so that we don't violate the provisions of law. And that is why we have the code of ethics. Now, see, so first of all, this 2026, they have brought three volume of code of ethics, and this is effective from 1st April 2026. The first volume talks about CA Act 1949, first schedule, second schedule, Council General Guidelines. Some of times members are not aware that what is the difference between first schedule and the second schedule, how they are different. First schedule talks about violation which affects the CA community as a whole. I cannot share my fees with a non-CA. Example, I cannot share fees with my article assistant, telling that I'll give you 5% of profit, you continue, in future I'll make you partner. Those kind of things are unacceptable. Or I cannot share my fees with the employee of my company. So sharing of fees with a non-CA, accepting of fees from a non-CA, and advertising, and also seeking work from a person who is not an employee of your company. So, are getting the work done through a person who is not a chartered accountant. So, these things, so basically it affects the CA community as a whole. You should not advertise. As a CA, you should communicate to the previous auditor. So, first schedule is all about our CA community. So, if any violation happens in the first schedule, the penalty, they say, okay, they'll reprimand the member. Reprimand means they'll give a warning. Okay, you should not be doing this. Or what they will do is that they'll give you a suspension up to, like, say, 3 months suspension, or a penalty up to rupees 1 lakh. Whereas when it comes to the second schedule affects the outside community. Example, say, auditor is not able to obtain proper audit evidence, or auditor is not able to apply proper audit procedure, auditor is negligent of his duty. Now those provisions are affecting, they are driven by the second schedule. Those violations are listed under second schedule. Second schedule talks about the misconduct which affects the society as a whole. As a chartered accountant, we should conduct in a proper manner. But suppose, say, your entire society gets affected, what will you do? So, second schedule is more serious, means it leads to what? Even permanent removal of a person, his name being removed from the register. Now, coming up to volume 2 highlights about it is based on the International Ethical Standards Board. So basically, what has happened actually here, whatever the International Ethical Standards Board has highlighted, 5 important principles they highlight. As an auditor, you should be a person of integrity, you should maintain objectivity, you should maintain confidentiality, there should be professional competence and due care, professional behavior. All these things are highlighted under the volume 2. So, one case, what has happened actually here, a CA in Chennai, he is already married. And what happens, he again goes and marries second time actually without getting a divorce from the first wife. The first wife files a complaint in the CA Institute. Can CA Institute entertain complaint which are very personal in nature? Now the answer is yes. They say they say by conducting in this manner, you're practicing bigamy, you're having an extramarital affair, it's a bigamy. And what is happening? You're not behaving in a proper manner. So institute is telling that it's not like, okay, you're wearing a coat. Okay, when I wear a coat, I'm a chartered accountant. When I remove the coat, I'm not a chartered accountant. No, it's like a tattoo on your body. It is always there. While sleeping also, you're a chartered accountant. While awake also, you're a chartered accountant. Now, that CA was suspended for 6 months actually here, just because the matter was related to personal matter. That's it. So, institute is not looking left and right. That's the thing here. The highest complainants on chartered accountant are bankers. Bankers are not happy with CA. Bankers are telling that, okay, based on this document certified by the auditor, we gave the loan and the person is not repaying the loan. First catch hold of the auditor. Highest complainants are from the banker industry. Then the regulators like say GST or income tax. And surprisingly, the other people also like say anybody, for example, say ex-spouse, she's filing a complaint. In one case, one person, he called me, sir, my ex-spouse has filed a complaint on me. Now look at this, 30th November 2016, divorce decree is passed in the court, in a family court, separated. 2nd December, this lady goes and files a complaint in the ICI stating that this person is earning money in illegal manner. She has filed a complaint. When the complaint comes to institute has to entertain the complaint, institute has to look into the complaint. Now this is nothing but what you can say anger, like say an anger on the person actually. They say, okay, you got divorce, okay, separate. No, nothing, I will not leave you. So he called me, he told that, Vikas, what shall I do? What will happen to my career? I said, it will take minimum 3 years, 4 years for you to settle. This is an issue to settle. Whatever details ICI is asking, please submit those details. Whatever they ask you, you submit the details. So he was very disturbed for 15 days and I told that, see, either you can get disturbed for next 3 years, and lose your sleep, rather submit all the details, you'll come out of it actually. Because I know and you also know that you've not done anything wrong, but institute will investigate. They will try to find out. So, not only matters which are related to our professional work, but also in our personal life also, something goes wrong actually, something wrong we do actually here, for that also the action can be taken. Some draconian provision examples say, suppose say CA is convicted of civil offense or criminal offense. Civil offense means you are penalized. You are penalized for those acts actually. Example say, a person traveling in a bus or a train without ticket, it's a civil offense. They'll just penalize you. Whereas a person without helmet is traveling, it's a civil offense. Criminal offense is something where like say check bouncing. Now check bouncing, for example, say check bouncing happens for like say satisfaction of a liability. Now even those kind of complaints can be brought in even though they are related to your personal matter. So that is where we as a member should be very careful and cautious actually. So volume 2 is all about the 5 very fundamental rock bed of ICI, that is integrity, confidentiality, professional competence and due care, professional behavior and objectivity. And the volume 3, it talks about ethics for sustainability assurance. Now climate change and climate parameters have become very important actually. So ICI has brought assurance standards related to sustainability assurance. And even that is also coming in the volume 3. Volume 3 is coming for the first time for all the members. So this is one big change actually. Now, we talk about auditors. There are 3 types of auditors. One is convenient auditor. Convenient auditor mindset is what? Client genu agbardu. Client should be very happy. Client should always be satisfied. His mindset is like that. I will do the work, but client khushiyagirbeko. Client interest should not get affected. Whereas adequate auditor, he will do the job which is already given in the book. Book okay, I'll do it. I have to comply this thing, I'll comply this. An absolute auditor is one who will comply as per the book, but also will go as per the spirit of the law. So to which category we are falling? And if we are falling under absolute auditor, we don't have to worry about anything actually, because we comply the law in paper, in form, in spirit, So we don't have to worry about that actually. Let me highlight one example. In one case, what happened, one company has given a loans and advance of 1 crore to, like say, to its related party. To its related party, they gave 1 crore loan, and 1 crore loan advance they have given, but they have purchased goods of worth, what you can say, hardly 1 lakh rupees. This is the transaction. 1 crore advance given to related party, from there they have purchased goods only worth of 1 lakhs. Now, a convenient auditor, what he will do, first of all, what he will do, he will not highlight about that related party transaction at all. Transaction agide, nothing has happened. Everything is good. Loans and advances given is not at all prejudicial to the interest of the company. Nothing is wrong. Everything is all right. He will not talk about the related party transaction. Convenient. Client tondre agbardu. Client should not get affected. Nobody should raise question on the client. One youngster was telling that, sir, we should go to all extent to protect our client. I said, nothing doing. First, we should protect ourselves. First, we should think of ourselves. We should not think of them. First, we should think that what will be the impact of what opinion I am giving. Two partners had a big fight. They had a very big fight with each other. And what happened, it was, I think, 15-16 was the financial year. They had a very big fight with each other. And they were not coming for discussion. One partner who was handling all the accounts, he was coming. Their turnover was well above the limit. Tax audit has to be done. If you don't do, then it will be penalized. Now only one partner was coming. The other partner said, I don't want to come for any discussion or meeting. Now the financial statement has to be signed by both the partners. Both the partners should put the signature. One partner said, I will not come at all. Now other partner is telling, auditor Saab, you complete the audit. How can I complete the audit? Okay, I will complete the audit, but for signing, both the partners should put the signature. Then I went in the other way. I highlighted that, okay, I will do the audit, but I will mention all the points in the audit report. I highlighted in the audit report that there is a dispute between these two partners. Some arbitration proceeding is going on. And the partner number 2 has not given the consent to the account. He has not given the consent to the account. Actually, he has not put any signature actually here. So he has not given that, okay, do I agree with the financial statement or not? He has not given any kind of consent to the financial statement. And in detail, I highlighted about the dispute. And I told this person that you please share this this audit report to them also actually, because they are not consenting to the report. Now, nothing happened actually here. Many of the cases, what happened, many of the auditor will say, okay, will not sign this financial, you both compromise. But I said, no, our main powerful tool is audit report. Mention all the points in the audit report. Safeguard yourself. So, the convenient auditor, what he will tell that no, there is no related party transaction, everything is all right. But an adequate auditor, what he will do actually, he will say, okay, yes, he will highlight that there is a related party transaction. He will check the compliance of section 188 of the Companies Act. He will check the minutes of the meeting actually. Minutes of the meeting he will check actually. So an adequate auditor, what he will do is that he will go and check what is required as per the law. Whereas the absolute auditor, what absolute auditor will do actually? An absolute auditor, he will say, okay, show me the minutes of the meeting, show me the board resolutions, show me the shareholders resolution. And he will go one step ahead. He'll ask a question. Why did you give him loans in advance of 1 CR, but when you purchased goods worth of only 1 lakh? Yak Madhuri, why did you do this? Why are you giving him extra advance actually? What is the purpose? What is the business rationale of the transaction? Today, we can safeguard ourselves only if we are absolute auditor, if we start questioning the transaction. And absolute auditor will also ask the impairment of that loans and advances. Whether this related party, whether they'll be in a position to repay this money back to you. So they go one step ahead beyond the beyond. So NAFRA, basically those auditors were safeguarded who were acting as a position of absolute auditor. If we are convenient auditor or adequate auditor will also not help, because NAFRA is asking question, okay, loans and advances was given. Did you do an impairment testing? Did you ask them the question? Did you raise a question to them that why they gave so much advance of 1 CR? So that is the role of an absolute auditor. He goes beyond the beyond. Another example actually here. See, there is an old factory which requires a repair of 5 CR. So the plant and machinery, the machinery lines have become very old. So it requires a repair of 5 crores. Convenient auditor, what he will tell, no, everything is all right. There is no impairment provision to be done. Convenient auditor will tell, if I do impairment provision unnecessary, the bottom line of the client will get affected. So he's more bothered about the client. He's more pro towards the client. He will highlight, no, nothing, no, there is no issue. Whereas an adequate auditor, what he will tell, yes, there is an old plant and machinery and there is some repair required. How much repair required, he will not highlight. He will tell, okay, there's an old plant machinery and some repair are to be done. That's it. So he will require to report as much what is required. That's it. But an absolute auditor, what he will do is that, yes, there's an old factory which requires a repair of 5 crores. You have to make a provision of 5 crores. They will take the estimate from the engineer. They will go physically verify the machinery. They will go and on the ground and check that whether that machinery exists or not. So they'll apply procedures which is beyond the standards on auditing also. That is what an absolute auditor does. In one case, what happened actually, one client had only one customer, and that customer, one or two customer, that one customer was contributing 80% of the revenue for the client. 80% of the revenue was coming from this particular customer. Now what convenient auditor will tell? Convenient auditor will tell, no, nothing. He will not highlight about this issue at all. That there is a dependency on only one customer. Whereas adequate auditor will highlight that, yes, the 80% of the sale is happening to only one customer. He will highlight that and leave it. He will leave it to you. The whatever concentration risk is there, he will leave it to you to gauge. Whereas an absolute auditor, he will say, no, there is a 80% dependency on one customer and the going concern assumption may get affected because of this. If the customer cancels the contract, he will go and check the contract terms with this particular customer. He will see the terms and conditions. So today what is required from us is that we become more of a absolute auditor than a convenient auditor and an adequate auditor. Don't think of what will happen to the client actually. First, please think of yourself actually that what all action ICA can take actually. Then let us move forward. Now why this Code of Conduct 2019, 5-6 years back, the Code of Conduct 2019-2020 came into picture. In just 5-6 years, they have again brought a new Code of Conduct. What is the reason actually here? Now, the new Code of Conduct recognizes the new areas like say ESG, carbon credits, so environment, social governance, artificial intelligence. So it is recognizing new areas. Further, new advertisement guidelines have been brought for the members. Members now can advertise, they can go to advertisement in a very different manner altogether. So institute has become more liberal actually. The advertisement guidelines have been diluted actually. So completely they have diluted. Clause 6, it highlights that of part 1 of first schedule, a CA in practice will be guilty of professional misconduct if he solicits any client by way of advertisement, by way of circular, by way of any kind of personal communication. The CA will be guilty of professional misconduct. It means in 2010, if I publish a pamphlet and give it to a stranger, I will be guilty of professional misconduct. I'll be guilty of professional misconduct. That's the thing here. But suppose say in 2026, if I print a pamphlet and give it to a stranger, I will not be guilty of professional misconduct. This is the implication of the new advertisement guidelines which is happening. So what institute is doing is that institute is saying that, okay, come on, go and advertise. But you cannot advertise about certification or assurance services. Other than that, any other activity which you're doing, you can go ahead and advertise. But please don't use superlatives. Greatest chartered accountant is doing the audit of your company. Excellent chartered accountant is doing the audit of your company. Services unmatched. Don't use any superlatives actually here when you're giving an advertisement. That is the expectation of the ICI says that don't use any kind of superlatives. Please avoid those superlatives. That's the ICI highlights actually here. One CA, what happened, he sends a WhatsApp message. I'll provide all the services actually to you, income tax, GST, all services I'll provide to you. He sent a WhatsApp message. But he adds one line that whatever service I am providing, no other CA can provide. Now, because of that one line, what happened? He was held guilty of professional misconduct. So now advertisement guidelines said you can send a WhatsApp message also to a stranger, no problem, no issue. But you should not show your superiority, that you are superior than others. That superiority you should not highlight while giving advertisement. So that is the implication of the new guideline. They have diluted the advertisement guidelines to the core, my dear members. Then next one, as I highlight that because of the new audit failures, so now the inclination is that you don't be an adequate auditor, but be a absolute auditor, go beyond the substance of the transaction. As I highlighted to you that now ICI is allowing you to do the advertisement actually. Advertisement, like say, you can give a write-up, you can like say in print media, web media, social media, you can give advertisement anywhere actually here. There is no restriction. It can be on pull and push basis. So ICI does not do any kind of restriction on that. But as I told you, ICI said that don't use any superlative. One CA, what happened? He won a case in income tax tribunal for his client. So some demand which was almost like say 15 CR, it was borne down to zero, and he won the demand actually income tax appellate tribunal. The client was so happy, he gave an ad in the newspaper, in the front page of the newspaper, that this chartered accountant is a wonderful CA and he's a #1 in income tax appellate tribunal appeals. CA was shocked actually to see such kind of advertisement. He was completely shocked. What is this? What this ad is being given? So CA did not tell the client to give advertisement. CA did not give any money, or CA did not tell his client that, okay, you go and publish in the newspaper. Nothing CA did. This client, out of happiness, our 15 crore demand has been reduced to zero. So what he did actually, he went and gave an ad in the newspaper. Then immediately CA raised an objection. Because he raised immediate objection, he was saved. The case went to the ICI because somebody saw the ad. How can you do the advertisement? Kaise advertisement kar sakta hai? How can you do advertisement? So you can't do the advertisement. Case went to ICI. ICI asked the CA. CA said, sir, I was not aware. Without my knowledge, this advertisement was given. And that is the problem. Say, for example, what's your name? Krishna. Suppose say I take the picture of Krishna and put in the front page of Hindu. I have lot of love and affection towards Krishna. Means in a sarcastic manner, jealousy, whatever it is actually here. So what will happen is that institute will first ask question to me only, that how did you allow this kind of advertisement? How can you do it? I have to prove it. I have to tell that no, it was not my fault actually. So during 70s and 80s, there was a Hindi movie, Hathi Mere Saathi. This was a Rajesh Khanna movie where an elephant is a good friend of the hero, and hero gets married. So the lady says that I don't want this elephant to be. So the elephant is sent out. Then this hero becomes depressed and he goes out. Now the elephant is searching that hero. Where is that hero? Now the camera is moving. Now the camera went and showed a picture of a board of a chartered accountant, some Gururaj, some chartered accountant. It was moving here and there, and accidentally it went on the board of a chartered accountant. Now, what happened? This was captured. CA was not aware. See, sometimes no. Bad time means what? You are walking on the footpath, and car is coming on the footpath and hitting you. That is bad time. Now, movie became hit. Now, what happens? We have a habit of watching the movie again and again. How many of you watch movies multiple times? One movie multiple times. How many of you have a habit of watching? So you'll all agree with me, sir, that you will start looking at the background artist. You'll start looking at who is talking like that. See, Mahabharata, that B.R. Chopra Mahabharata became so famous in 80s, 87, 90s, that people repeatedly watched the Mahabharata episode. Now when the war happened between Kauravas and Pandavas, these two armies are fighting with each other, and the soldiers are laughing at each other and they're fighting. What is this? I mean, you should show anger. See, you start looking at the people at the background. Somebody said, how can this board of Chardon can appear? He filed a complaint in Delhi. This guy has paid money to the producer to show his board, and that is why it is coming. Now they were shocked. This guy got a letter from ICI. Come, please explain. How can you advertise actually? How come your board is appearing here in the movie? This guy has not seen the movie at all. Look at this irony. This Gururaj has not watched the movie at all. And then he watched the movie. He went, he told that, I'm not aware, sir, how it came actually. They said, no, you prove it. So he got a letter from a director of the movie, the photography person of the movie. Then his name was removed after 3 years or 4 years. So any complaint comes, and it's an unfortunate situation, it will take some time actually for the complaint to be removed actually. So advertisement guidelines have been completely diluted actually here. Write-up. Now what is a write-up? Write-up is more like a resume of a firm. It's more like a resume. It'll give you the details of the partner, the proprietor, the qualification, the services provided, but they should not highlight the client's name. You can give the client's name provided, you can give the client's name actually provided regulator permits. Example, RBI says, okay, you're allowed to display the name of the bank audits which you're doing. Then you can do it actually. I was in Bombay, and one student, he came and told me, sir, in our office firm, in the website, they've displayed the name of the client. I was shocked. And some actor name is appearing in the website. I'm the auditor of this Khan, I'm the actor of this madam, this like that. All the names of the client are getting displayed. Now it's a professional misconduct. So first what happens whenever I come across this kind of situation, first I will tell the member, please sir, Daivittu, don't do it actually here. I go and call them, or I tell them through direct or indirect sources, because they are my professional brothers and sisters. I will tell them, please don't do it. Unknowingly they would have been put in the website. Then later, next time when I saw after 3 months, those names were not appearing. So sometimes what happens, these kind of mistakes happen. But now you can advertise, you can give pamphlets actually, but please don't use any kind of superlatives. Can a CA seek work from another chartered accountant? One CA seeking work from another chartered accountant, this is a normal thing which happens actually here. So when we start practicing, we go and meet our seniors, we go and meet our principal where we have done our articleship. So can we seek work from those chartered accountants? Answer is yes. One student, he approached me and he told, sir, I'm practicing, give me some professional work. I said, yes, take this professional work and we'll share this at this percentage. So can I share fees with another CA? Answer is yes. So there is no misconduct. Can I seek work from another chartered accountant? Answer is yes. So now what happened? He did a fantabulous job. He did an excellent job. And after 1 year, after 6 months, he went and directly approached my client. He directly approached the client. He said, Oswal sir is charging you X. I will charge you X minus this much amount. I'll give you this much discount. You shift the audit to me. Now this is nothing but a solicitation actually here. Solicitation, and he is also giving undercutting of fees actually. Undercutting of fees is also happening. So now the client said, okay, we'll talk to you later. The client called me. He told that, sir, your person has called me last year who did the audit. Now he's directly approaching me actually. I was completely shocked. The client said, no, sir, we'll continue with you. No problem actually. Now see, this is nothing but solicitation, and this is a clear-cut case of professional misconduct. Then I thought that, no, I think it's not. See, I can go and complain to the institute and stating that this person is doing like this. But later I spoke to him. I said, don't do this actually. Okay, fine. You did an excellent job, but now you're directly approaching the client. That is not acceptable. So certain areas we have to tell them. We have to tell the members that this is not a right thing they are doing. Next one, coming up to the aspect of, like say, website. Website, as I told you, that now website can be a push basis website actually. Means what? You can send website link to strangers and they can access the website. In the website, you can give the details of your qualification, details of your firm, details of the partners in the firm, details of the what type of services you're providing. But getting testimonials for the website, are getting some kind of exaggeration. We are specialists in this area. Using such word specialist defeats the very purpose. Give an information that you are providing this service, but don't try to solicit the client by way of exaggeration and using superlatives. Then this code of conduct also highlights about the domestic and overseas networking guidelines. So ICI wants that, okay, just like how we have our MNC firms, audit firms, there should also be an Indian MNC. So networking actually. So networking where I get into a network actually of various chartered accountants across India. I cannot open the office in, like, say, for example, Delhi or Bombay. So I network with those clients, those auditors, and start a big network firm. So suppose I get a client who says, I have branches across India, I want services across India. In such case, what happens, networking firm will help us actually. So many chartered accountants are getting into the networking firm actually, people of same mindset. They share the resources, they share the knowledge, they share the reference with each other. So cost sharing is there. So a lot of benefits are there with this. And then multidisciplinary partnership with other professionals. So now ICI allows you to enter into partnership with company secretary, with the cost accountant actually. So they allow you to enter into partnership with the professionals who are not a member of ICI. So this is giving rise to what? Multidisciplinary audit firms. Multidisciplinary audit firms means actually where under one roof I have lawyer, I have company secretary, I have cost accountant. Just like how we go to a shopping mall. Under shopping mall we get to watch movie, to do shopping. Same way under one roof I have cost accountant, I have company secretary. So, but again they highlight that they should also seek permission from their respective institute. So CS Institute and CMA Institute has agreed. So, but PAR Council is yet to agree. So these are multidisciplinary audit firms which are coming up actually. So one CA, what he has done, he has entered into partnership with a mining company, and he has become a partner in the mining company. Now the case came to the notice of ICI. ICI stated that, okay, he has become a partner of the mining company. So he said, okay, you're guilty of misconduct. Because once you're a practicing chartered accountant, you're not supposed to do any business. Any business you're not supposed to do. So you're not allowed to do. I met one CA in Hosur. And what he does actually, he is running 6 business. He's also a practicing CA. I said, sir, what you're doing is wrong. What he does actually is that he will be doing the audit of that company. Say, for example, some chemical manufacturer company. He will know who are the suppliers, who are the customers. He'll get the data, and then he will start the similar business. Like that, he has started real estate business, manufacturing business. So I said, sir, what you're doing is not correct actually, because you're taking away the details of the client and you're not maintaining confidentiality. And first, as a chartered accountant, you're not supposed to do any business other than practice. Then the most important thing is what? Independence and the conflict of interest actually. So this is the most important bedrock principle of our ICI code of conduct, that as an auditor we should be independent. We should not be influenced by any person. Let me perform a skit, and looking at the skit, my dear members, let us try to understand the principle of independence. I would like to call Manjunath on the stage. Manjunath sir, Tupat sir, Madhav Prasad, Girish. Mike. Okay, so we'll just perform a skit, members. So, Manjunath, Girish. So, Madhav Prasad and Tupat sir, they are acting as my article assistant. Sorry, sorry. Very sorry actually. They are my article assistant. And these two are very big businessmen in the range of Ambani and Adani actually. They are brothers. So Now, let us look at the skit and understand what is happening actually. Okay, shall we start actually? So I'm talking to the client actually. Sir, how are you, sir, actually? All fine, sir?
Yes, sir, we are doing good, sir.
Sir, you are having 300 companies, sir. Can we start 301st company with my spouse and your spouse as a partner?
Yes, yes,
Oh, 301st company, sir. Okay, sir. We can share the profit equally, sir.
yes, we can.
Can my spouse do business with the client actually, and I am the auditor? Will I be independent? Now, my articles are raising an objection. Yes, sir, objection.
Yes, sir. We have an objections for that
ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ?
because we are losing the independence.
You ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, independence is good for classroom only. ಬೇಡ ಇದು, it's okay, leave it.
But otherwise, the ethics code also will not allow us to do that.
ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, ultimately we are getting good business, no, we are making money.
I can't say anything to the principal over there.
Yo, okay, leave it actually.
Ultimately, you are signing, then you will be in the.
You are the signing partner for that.
I am the signing partner. Okay. Sir, leave it. Sir, situation number 2. So, my spouse getting into partnership with the client, I'm having a business interest, self-interest, so my independence gets affected. I'm financially dependent on the client, I'm not independent. Scene number 2, my son job in the client's company. Sir, my son job in your company, sir.
Definitely, sir.
CL ಒಂದು 30 ಸತಿ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಏನೋ ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಸರ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸರ್.
ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸರ್.
ಹಾ?
ತಗೋಬೋದು, ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ
5 lakh rupees.
5 lakhs per annum. No, per month.
Per month,
Per month. Ayyo. Thank you, sir. Life settle actually, sir. Yes, sir. So, my son doing a job in the client's company and getting substantial salary. So, whether my independence will get affected? Yes, sir. Objection.
Definitely, sir. Your son is working with him for.
Mike.
Your son is also established in failing for so many times. And still he has been given so exorbitant salary. So I think so there is again,
Sir, we are losing the independence of the audit report, sir.
ಇನ್ನೇನಪ್ಪ, 40 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವ್ನು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ. ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ.
Sir, ನಾಳೆ ದಿನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸರ್, ಯಾರು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
that's what, sir. Since the salary is very exorbitant and the rightful qualification is not for there with a person who has been employed. So I think so that is not allowed.
Sir, please explain to my article, sir. They are talking too much.
He is my auditor, so he will sign as per our wishes and whims and fancies. So we'll take his son as our employee and then pay him 5 lakh rupees per month. It should be okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Again, choice is yours. I've got nothing to do. But as I have studied from the ethics point of view, I am informing you that this is what has happened. It's up
108
to-
sign ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. Be
I'm-
quiet.
in the balance sheet, I will also not be signing it as a auditor for that. Those are-
Okay. So now my son getting a job in the client's company. Yes, sir. You hit the right place, sir. You hit the right place. Big
Regularly they are practicing. That is the only practice. If any tender is allotting for big four, their politician or the big government employees, kid or whatever relatives are directly getting salary, whether he is working or not, but salary is getting
salary is getting
on record.
on record. Okay, sir. So now I am financially dependent on the client. So my independence gets affected actually. Now next scene actually. So what happens is that the client wants to advertise the product. His product he wants to advertise. Sir, you're asking me to advertise the product. Yes. This product you're asking to advertise.
Sir, one
Go ahead,
question.
sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
so what if instead of 5 lakh, it's only 50,000? It's not.
Whatever it is not
So
correct.
amount-
actually. My son working there, I have a financial interest in the company. Definitely my independence gets affected, sir. Yes.
Sir, this product needs to be advertised.
Sir, what this water does, sir?
This is a water bottle, mineral bottle, and if you drink this water, one bottle is sufficient for you for whole day, and then you'll not get thirsty anywhere, and then
Oh, good, sir, good, sir. Sir, you can give it to my article. They will advertise actually. You have to call our clients and advertise about this product.
The water tastes good, sir. Yeah, we have a
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ
very good-
ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
we have a very good client with us who does the good production of the water. But however, I think so we are not supposed to audit his products, as again it is a matter of independence for us.
ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್, ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ.
ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಸರ್, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. Because we are in we are in a profession, when we are in profession, because we can't do practice other than practice.
Sir,
So
offer
that's why-
something, sir. Something you offer, sir. They'll agree.
ನೋಡಿ 100 ಬಾಟಲ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 10 ಬಾಟಲ್
ಸರ್
ಫ್ರೀ
ಬೇಡ ಸರ್, ಅದೇನೋ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ಏನು
ಹರ್ಷದ್
ವರ್ಷದ
ಕೂಳ್ ನೋಡಿ.
ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಅಂತ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಸರ್.
ನೋಡಿ ಅದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ.
ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
So, this is a real incident. The example of bottle is very frivolous, very, very frivolous. But one software company which was audited by a firm, a big MNC firm actually, audit firm, what they did is that they started advertising their softwares to their client, to other clients actually. So this software company, they told this auditor, okay, you advertise our software to your other clients and we'll give you a cut of 15% or 20%. Now, this is again a threat to the independence. It affects our independence. Now, next scene actually here, sir, Diwali gift, sir, any gift for me, sir, actually?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪಟಾಕಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ನಾವು ಗೋಲ್ಡು ಸಿಲ್ವರು ಡೈಮಂಡ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
Gold, silver,
ಪಟಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Okay. Sir, latest car, sir, ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ ಕೀ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು
ಸರ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಿಟಿ
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೈಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ಬೈಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಬೈಕ್.
ವಿಚ್ ಬೈಕ್? ವಿಚ್ ಬೈಕ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್?
ಸರ್ ಬೇಡ ಸರ್,
ಹಾರ್ಲೆ ಡೇವಿಡ್ಸನ್ನೇ ಕೊಡೋಣ ಬಿಡಿ.
ಹಾರ್ಲೆ ಡೇವಿಡ್ಸನ್
ಬೇಡ ಸರ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಫೀಸು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಅವರೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್.
ಅದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಎಸ್.
ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಡಿಟರ್, ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಸರ್. ಫೀಸ್
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಬೈಕ್ ಬೇಕು?
If the client offers us something, I'll definitely let you know, sir. This is what you can take a decision about it.
Yes. What, sir? Good, sir. So now this is nothing but a familiarity threat where the gifts are given by the client, actually by the client to the auditor, and this is also affecting the independence of the auditor. Lastly, what happens actually here, sometimes the warning is given actually, here warning is given by the client, say he will give some kind of warning actually. So one big builder, he was sitting in front of me, he told Oswal, sir, you give this certificate, you have to certify this. So I said, no sir, will not certify. The numbers looks very, very cooked actually, so I cannot certify these numbers. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ನೀನು ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಯು. Now in my all heart, kidney came in my mouth actually, totally. I said, I'm talking to a big builder. So I said, no sir. Again I told him politely, no sir, we will not do it actually, these numbers. And after 1 hour, he sent me a WhatsApp message with that certified copy of those numbers by another CA. He told that, see, you are not signed, this guy has signed. So you are lost actually. I said, okay sir, thank you very much, no problem sir. So sometimes there is also an intimidation. If you don't do this, I'll remove you as an auditor. All this affects the independence of the auditor. That's the thing here. So not only we appear to be independent, we are independent inside also and outside also. We also appear to be independent. Example, say client is calling you for a party, come, we'll party. I said, no, sir, no, we are not for that actually. These kind of things to be highlighted. I was shocked to hear that one client, he got his daughter married to the auditor's son. Now they became sambandhi. So they became like relatives. Now still they are continuing the tax audit of the company. I mean, what is the use actually? So independence gets affected. Thank you very much actually, my friends, Girish, Manju. Please give a round of clap to Madhav Prasad, Tupat sir. Thank you very much actually. Thank you very much. The next thing actually is what is audit fees through the banking channel. So this is another important thing which has come up actually, that audit fees has to be obtained through the banking channel. And now 100% of the audit fees should come through banking channel. So earlier, before 2019, they said, okay, they were not highlighting about these modes, but now they say, if you are doing an audit, if you are doing a certification, if you are doing stat audit, tax audit, your fees, complete fees should come through the banking channel. It should not be like, say, 1 lakh you're taking by bank and 50,000 you're taking by cash. Now this is a violation, this is not acceptable. So 1/4/2026 onwards, all the audit fees, especially certifications, should come by way of banking channel. So I was talking to other day, Mahadev, he was telling me that suppose say you're issuing UDIN, you're giving a certification and they start reconciling, okay, for this, like for example, say this 100 UDIN you have generated during the year, just reconcile the fees. So it will become a challenging thing. Maybe GST guys may also raise a question, ICA also may raise a question. So that is why this is one thing. Then next one, now we are not only human beings, but also we are what you can say digital beings actually. So we have become a digital human, my dear members actually. So we live by way of X, by various platforms like say WhatsApp. In one platform X, what has happened, one CA has blasted the MCA officials actually. Few years back, say 2-3 years back, filing a ROC return or getting a LLP registration was a difficult thing. One LLP which will take 15 days, it took us almost 2 months for us to get it registered. And as usual, the client blasted us actually. They told that, what is this, you're delaying so much. Now we telling them the intricacy is not understanding. And it's our mistake only that we should have highlighted him in the beginning only. So what has happened in that time, 3-4 years back, one CA, he went and he blasted the MCA official, you're this, you're that, and he is using all derogatory language. Now, I was entering one CA office, he's using a derogatory language on his article. Actually, some word he used on the article. I said, don't use such language, it is unacceptable. You want to shout, you want to criticize, it's okay. But don't use such kind of words and wordings that is definitely not acceptable. Then, so same way this guy gone in digital media and he's blasted the person. So when it comes to, ICI said, you have brought disrepute to our profession. This is not the way. You're not supposed to use such kind of wording and language. You should have not spoken like this. And we are taking a cognizance of this. You have brought a disrepute to the profession. So we have to be very careful when we are handling the social media. And one CA, one student, he was telling me what he has done. He's a qualified CA. He has given his digital signature to another chartered accountant. That CA went and incorporated some 4 or 5 companies. Okay, company incorporate, that's okay. But what has happened, in these companies, the promoters were Chinese. Now this is like say after 2018 and till 25, 26, we are not supposed to do business with the Chinese entities. So the promoters are Chinese. And he has not complied with the KYC norm. So CA1 gives his digital signature certificate to another CA. He say, okay, I'm busy. You do use it. You pay some share of fees. Now institute said this is a very careless behavior, reckless behavior. So we are not accepting it actually. So my dear members, whenever you are attesting anything actually digitally, please make a note of it, date when you are using it actually. It's very, very important that your signatures are not being misused. That's the thing here. Then what has not changed actually in the code of ethics? What has not changed? The 5 bedrock principle, that is integrity. Integrity, that is satyameva jayate, truth alone triumphs. So integrity means what? Honest, straightforward, sincere actually here. Example, I don't use closing stock as a balancing figure. Profit is very high, reduce the closing stock. Profit is very less, increase the closing stock. That is a lack of integrity. Our lack of integrity could be like, say, I see payments being done to related party. In one case, director daughter got married and 55 lakh rupees expenditure they are charging to P&L. 55 lakh rupees, it is charged to P&L. Actually, I was shocked. One mistake what the director did is that he called me for the daughter's wedding. That's a mistake he did. I connected the dot and analytical procedure, huge jump in the expenditure. I said, Shah Saab, I said, "Kyun kare? Why are you doing this? It does not look good. 55 lakhs, some personal expenditure are charging to revenue. Now, sometimes some traveling expenditure will be charged. This guy will go to Switzerland with his family, and you are seeing that it is a personal expenditure, but still it is allowed. 3 areas were common for. One is closing stock. Second one is the payments to related parties. And third one is personal expenditure charged to revenue. These are the 3 areas which are highly abused. So integrity is something actually not only we continue to maintain that level of honesty, and then confidentiality. Client confidentiality has to be maintained. Unless and until the client permits, we are not supposed to disclose any information related to the client actually. And also, we have PCDC. PCDC is what? Professional competence and due care. Professional competence and due care is what? That is nothing but the knowledge and the skill about the subject matter actually here. So one case, what happened, GST, my client got a notice where what has happened actually, the client imported a machinery of 10 CR and he paid IGST 18%, and the machinery was imported from Germany. And after the machinery was imported from Germany, so this payment of 10 CR is pending to the supplier in Germany. They said 2 conditions to be satisfied. 1, you have to install the machinery. 2, you have to give the output as per the specification. These 2 conditions should be satisfied. Install the machinery and give me the output as per the specification. Then I will make payment of 10 crores to you. Now the German people, they came, they installed the machinery. After the machinery was installed, they are not able to give the output as per the specification. So the client say, I stop. He said, I'm stopping the payment. I'm not making the payment to you. So now the payment was stopped. Payment was outstanding for more than, what you can say, 2 years. 2 years it was outstanding. So they stopped the payment. And now GST department sent a notice that you have not made payment to your supplier for more than within 180 days. So we are raising a demand on you. Almost 2 crore demand was raised. So within 180 days you're supposed to make payment, but this was not done. Now I was scratching my head. This notice, show cause notice, the client brought to me. So I was going through the notice. Then I remembered my friend Mukesh. Mukesh Shah is a chartered accountant. So every day 3 hours he will read only GST. So Mukesh, I called him and he told in 1 minute that, see Vikas, if any machinery or goods are imported, then 180-day rule will not be applicable. You can make payment to them after 180 days also. So there is no way that the GST demand will be raised on that actually. So now all this comes with what? Competence, regular practice we have to do. And also professional behavior. Our behavior should be, we should act like a role model actually. And also objectivity actually here. Objectivity means we are free of bias, free of conflict of interest. See, these are the bedrock principles actually of our profession, which has not changed actually here. And also as an auditor, we have to communicate to the previous auditor before we start the audit. In some of the cases, audit is completed, then they communicate to the previous auditor. That is not at all acceptable, my members. And similarly, in one case, DHFL, what has happened? Branch auditor has been appointed by the management. They have violated section 139 of the Companies Act and they have appointed the branch auditor. Now, the matter was raised actually. DEFRA asked the question to the management that how can you appoint the branch auditor? You are appointing the branch auditor to check the work of the management. How can this be possible? Because the branch auditor should be appointed by the shareholders with the recommendation by the board of directors as per section 139 of the Companies Act. How can you appoint actually? Now they clearly said that we are rejecting all the branch audit reports because the appointment of auditor is not done as per the Companies Act. So now whenever you are appointed as a company auditor, please go and look into the minutes of the meeting, of the books and records, so that ascertain that whether your appointment is perfectly valid and proper. That is what you have to ascertain. And no other occupation without the council's permission. Council has a two list, a general permission and special permission. So general permission where, for example, say tutorship, or like say acting as a director of a company. So like say simplicity director of the company, now valuer of a paper, those kind of things are permitted actually here. So where I don't have to take permission. Whereas there are certain cases where suppose I go for a job or some other places, or along with the practice I am doing some other business, I have to take a special permission from the council. In Madurai, one CA is a homeopathy doctor. He has taken a special permission from ICI because that homeopathy practice is being done in his family from generation, from his, like say, his grandfather to father. So ICI gave him the special permission to act as a homeopathy doctor as well as the practice as an auditor. Now these are all special cases actually. Now imagine the client will come to him and say, I have a headache. Okay, open your mouth. Took one tablet is given. Sir, I want to file my ITR. ITR is also filed actually. So this is like this is a special case where ICI has given the permission looking at the situation and scenario. So my dear members, with this, I would like to wind up my discussion actually here. Any questions, any queries you have on the code of ethics? Anything you want to ask a question? Any question and queries you are having?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Sir, nowadays the institute has come up with that global networking guidelines.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And in the global networking guidelines, they have some parameters. Say, suppose you are sharing the fee and some other conditions where that your networking firm that falls into that. And they are asking that your networking firm to register in India. Okay, that is a separate thing. But suppose if I am not meeting those guidelines, suppose I am not sharing the fees and all kind of thing. So still I need to disclose that I am the member of the global networking firm?
Yes.
Because,
go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
yeah, because I am not meeting that parameters where this networking firm has to register in India and I am not sharing other fees and all. So those parameters is not applicable. We are just that we are members, suppose. We are not sharing anything except referrals.
So what happens actually, networking per se, referral is not at all networking at all, according to me. Say example, say, sir, you're in Delhi, I'm in Bangalore, and you tell that, okay, because you handle my Bangalore clients, and I'll handle your Delhi clients actually. So we are referring work to each other actually. That is not the purpose of networking actually.
No,
okay?
this is not within the India. This is outside.
Outside
global.
India also, if you're a part of network, then you have to make a disclosure, sir, in India. And you have to ensure that that network is also registered in India here also. So that is a requirement, sir, actually. And if you're not doing that, definitely it's not as per the code of ethics, sir. It is not complying with the code of ethics, sir.
And being as a CA firm, can we make another LLP as a consulting with the same partner? Suppose we are four partners. Four partners are the partner of other LLP to making as a only consulting.
Yes, sir, it can be done. They are all chartered accountants.
Yes.
Holding COP.
Yes.
You're complying the requirement of ICA. It can be done, sir. It can be done, sir. There's no restriction on that, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Consulting, sir. Consulting, actually, sir. Yes, sir.
As chartered accountants, we can't charge fees based on success. But this is there any change in this? Say, for example, for any non-attest consulting function, is there any relaxation?
There is a relaxation happened, you're right, absolutely right. Say, take example, you're providing a management consultancy service where there's a cost benefit. You did a cost saving of say 10 crore for the client. On the cost saving, you can charge on a percentage
So
basis.
if I have a GST refund application, there is no problem with the code of ethics if I charge based as
Yes,
a
sir,
certain
yes, sir.
percentage
There is
of
no
the-
restriction on that.
Was
So
there a restriction
earlier
before?
it was there.
So
Earlier.
now it's relaxed.
Now they have relaxed.
So that's effective from what date, sir?
Management consultancy services on success fee basis, I think from 2017-18 they have allowed, sir, actually. So from 2016-17, from that time they have allowed, sir, actually.
Thank you.
So example, say, sir, cost optimization services, you're doing some cost saving, management consultancy or fundraising, you can charge on percentage basis.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir, yes,
So
sir.
can we become a member of a networking platform like BNI and all? Is it allowed, permitted?
It's allowed, sir, allowed actually.
No, earlier it was not allowed. People are saying you are not allowed to become a member of any networking platform as such.
Earlier they were not allowing, but now there's no restriction as such. As long as, sir, what happens, you should, when you're in the networking also, the language what you use all matters, sir. Example, say, I'm very specialist in this, or you're giving your resume specializing in this area, those you should avoid. You should say, I'm providing services in this. You should just display your competence, sir, not your, like say, expertise and other thing. That should not be there. Just tell, this is the kind of work we are doing.
Even if you render a test function.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Is it
Yes,
allowed?
sir, yeah, it's allowed, sir, allowed, sir. Yes, madam, yes, sir.
Sir, how to track the auditor, succeeding auditor, if they didn't take any previous auditor's permission, how to track the auditor who has taken the audit? Is there any system? Is there any system in the?
Means you're telling that, okay, how to communicate with the previous auditor or what?
No. Succeeding auditor, whoever has taken the audit, without intimating to the previous auditor.
Okay.
Then how to take action on the succeeding auditor without knowing him who
So
is
they
he?
have not informed you actually. The information has not come to you, right,
Yes.
madam? That's the question actually.
Yes.
So if it is a stat audit, company audit, it is very easy, madam. Through ROC inspection, you can get those documents. That is one thing actually here. Of course, in case of income tax, actually, it becomes a challenge actually here. So that is the one thing because ITR, we don't know who has highlighted a file. We'll change the password also. So that's a challenge, madam. But when it comes to corporate, when it comes to company auditor, we'll always come to know, madam, actually. That's the thing here.
Especially in the case of trust audits. They file only with the income tax department. Then how
Correct,
come you
correct.
come to know?
It's a
about-
manual process also for that matter. You're right, actually. It's very challenging, madam. Practically, it's very difficult. Informal ways, the accountant of the trust. Informal ways only we have to go, actually. But otherwise, you don't get the details. I agree with you. No details are available. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, members. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vikas Oswal, sir. I'm pretty sure it was very insightful and also considering July 1st as a CA day, a very valid topic where he gave valuable insights about the latest code of ethics. I request CA Kavita Parmesh, Bangalore branch chairperson, to come on the dais sir, and hand over a token of appreciation for the speaker. Can we have a round of applause for the speaker for his excellence? Thank you, Vikas Oswal, sir. It was really wonderful.